Lexie Hull sustained quite a gruesome knot in the middle of her forehead last matchup. We all was like, damn, they let her stay in the game. Now, a lot of people saying that she should not have stayed in the game. She shouldn't even be playing. I feel like this league is so physical. Lexie been in the league for quite some time. Lexie is a warrior, bro. And I'm pretty sure she could dish it out as good as she can take it. And I'm for Lexie being an Indiana Fever girl warrior because that's what she is.
Lexie Hull, the fearless guard for the Indiana Fever, walked off the court carrying more than just the weight of another hard-fought game. She carried visible scars, 2 deep black eyes, bruises dark as night, framing her face like war paint. In an instant, she became the center of attention. Her toughness, her resilience, her willingness to play through pain, all captured in a single shocking image. But what really happened? Let's rewind. It was a regular WNBA game, the kind of matchup where every possession mattered and every hustle play could tilt momentum. Midway through the action, Lexie Hull and Gabby Williams dove for a loose ball. Neither player flinched, neither pulled back. And then, boom, a brutal head-to-head collision. The arena gasped. Hull stayed down for a moment, clutching her face. Fans, teammates, and even opponents froze. Was this a concussion? A fracture? Was the Fever about to lose another key piece of their roster? But in classic Lexie Hull fashion, she stood up. She shook it off. She passed concussion protocols and went right back into the game, playing through swelling, pain, and the uncertainty of what damage might still be lingering. For the Fever, fighting to stay competitive in a grueling season, her toughness was priceless. But the aftermath? That's what stunned everyone. Lexie later revealed her injuries online. And it wasn't a scratch. It wasn't a little swelling. It was 2 fully bruised, darkened eyes. The unmistakable raccoon eyes that doctors often warn could signal facial fractures or internal damage. She even joked about it, saying, "I wish this was a filter." The picture spread across social media instantly. Fans reacted with shock, memes, support, and concern. Some praised her as a warrior. Others criticized the medical staff for letting her back in so soon. A growing debate started to emerge. How safe is it for players to return immediately after such violent collisions? Because here's the thing. The Fever roster is already walking on thin ice. Caitlin Clark sidelined. Bench depth tested. The team already short-handed. Hull's ability to stay on the floor matters. She's averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds, and playing crucial minutes as the Fever's reliable second option behind the big stars. Her hustle defines her. But in moments like this, that hustle can also be dangerous. The conversation grew louder. Shouldn't the league prioritize safety over grit? Shouldn't a player with bruises that severe at least be held out for precautionary scans? Or is this just part of the sacrifice? Part of what every athlete signs up for? One thing is clear. Lexie Hull's toughness is undeniable. But it also shines a spotlight on the brutal reality of professional basketball. Bodies collide, heads clash, bones bruise, and the schedule doesn't stop. Games keep coming. Coaches need lineups filled. Players feel pressure to push through. And the line between heroism and recklessness gets thinner every season. Fans couldn't look away. The picture of Hull with those raccoon eyes became one of the most talked about moments of the week. It wasn't just an injury photo. It became a symbol. A reminder of the hidden costs of the game. Because while box scores show points, rebounds, and assists, what they don't show are the bruises under the eyes, the pounding headaches, the dizzy nights after collisions. Those aren't stats. Those are sacrifices. And Lexie Hull just gave the world a front row seat to that sacrifice. So where does this leave her? She wasn't listed as injured for the Fever's next game. She's still showing up, still suiting up, still fighting. And that tells you everything about her mentality. Bruised, swollen, and still unbreakable. But it also leaves fans with a haunting question. How much pain should a player endure before someone finally steps in? Lexie Hull's story isn't just about one game or one collision. It's about every athlete who puts their body on the line. It's about the pressure to be tough, to be fearless, to never sit out. And it's about a league still learning how to balance grit with safety. Lexie Hull didn't just play through pain. She turned pain into a statement. She showed the world that toughness has a face. And right now, that face carries 2 black eyes that refuse to hide. This isn't the end of her story. If anything, it's the beginning of a bigger conversation. And while the bruises may fade, the image of Lexie Hull, battered but unbroken, will remain burned into the memory of WNBA fans everywhere. And that, right there, is what makes her not just a player, but a fighter. If this story gave you chills, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Because here, we don't just cover scores, we cover the scars, the sacrifices, and the stories that make basketball bigger than the game.